news promoting an internet kill switch. Like, gee, look, Hosni Mubarak's got one. We sure need one. We've got a report from Paul Joseph Watson that just went up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com that is the most detailed yet, breaking down this clear and present danger. And the headline is, Kill Switch. Obama administration fears Egypt-style revolt in the U.S. And Watson's got the proof of this in his article. Obviously, I want to make this the #1 search term, Obama kill switch. Let's make Obama kill switch the #1 search term today. Let's do it again, folks, so people understand the threat against the internet. Obama kill switch. The headline is, Kill Switch. Obama administration fears Egypt-style revolt in U.S. We've got to get attention on the Obama kill switch now. A lot of conservatives are upset by this, but remember, a Republican front man's going to have this as well soon. And they're putting the cybersecurity grid in place. Webster, I wanted to get into that with you, but we'll cover that in a moment. Finishing up with why they've done this. It is a bold move. It does smack of desperation. Where does Israel stand? Because they've been praising Mubarak. And Haaretz and others are saying Obama will go down as the president who lost Egypt. Is that more of just Israel on the surface attempting to praise Mubarak, knowing that that'll backfire and then cause rebellion against him? Or where does Israel stand in all this?
The public posture of the Israelis is that they support Mubarak. Netanyahu made a statement saying, we urge everybody to be nice to Mubarak and leave him in power. And it's obvious at that level what they're responding to, right? If you have chaos in Egypt, suppose the government, the whole regime, which was founded by Nasser in 1952, that goes down, and you have chaos, right? And you've had a taste of it. Then who is there? There's the army, and then there's the Muslim Brotherhood. I would stress the Muslim Brotherhood is a British intelligence creation from 1926.
That's admitted. And by the way, the Muslim Brotherhood is in the Associated Press saying, we're going to bring down Saudi Arabia, we're going to bring down Jordan, and that was my next issue here. But finish up there, Webster. It's just this is such a powder keg. Why? What do you think the Saudi Arabians and others are doing, realizing that the globalists are trying to bring them down?
Well, just step by step, right? The Muslim Brotherhood, again, is this British intelligence creation. In the years of Nasser, now Nasser had many positive features. Nasser was building infrastructure on a tremendous scale. That Aswan High Dam is an example of the infrastructure that builds a nation. Otherwise, they would be having floods. Now they've got flood control, they've got hydroelectric, they've got a whole series of advantages, right? The Nile, of course, being the center of the country. In terms of the awareness now. There's a very interesting statement from Hugo Chavez of Venezuela, and he says, I've been on the telephone with Colonel Gaddafi of Libya and with President Assad of Syria, and they briefed me on the U.S. meddling in Egypt. And he says, I find this sickening. I find it shameful that they betray their ally. And then he adds, that's how the devil pays you. So now all the U.S. client states in the Middle East have to wonder, what good is an alliance with the U.S.? It's not worth anything, and that's going to, I think, increase the ability of Saudi Arabia. We know that there was an attempt by Bandar, right? Prince Bandar wanted to open to Russia in a significant way, and then that seemed to have been shut down. I would look for people in Algeria, people in Saudi Arabia, to get on the phone, and indeed Mubarak, right? If I were Mubarak, I'd be on the phone with Putin, I'd be on the phone with who? In China, I'd be on the phone. So
this is a desperate gamut, but so I go back to that, as you started to allude to. What is Jordan thinking? What is Saudi Arabia thinking when the globalist-run Muslim Brotherhood, on record, who our media uses to take our liberties away in the name of the threat, it's a multi-faced coin or a Swiss Army knife they use for every crisis. This proto-Al-Qaeda. They've got proto-Al-Qaeda threatening all these globalist/Israeli allies. I mean, that's got to be a wake-up call to them, especially if this fails in Egypt.
Yes, and for Egypt especially, the big vulnerability of Egypt is wheat. They are dependent on imported food, in particular the question of bread. Now, they have a system which is very good, which is a system of subsidies for the bread price. They keep bread cheap as a means of maintaining social and governmental stability. Obviously now, Wall Street has been beating up the world price of wheat. There's been a huge upward spike in the bread price. And
stay there. And then they're following the Twitter and the social networks. They know the Egyptians are ripe to rebel because they've got empty bellies. In comes El Baradei from the UN. Oh, I will save you. Oh. I mean, how obvious is this? We'll be right back, Webster Tarpley. I just can't believe how treacherous this is, though.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Folks, you've heard us talk about Home Gain before. Home Gain is now offering a special promo where you get up to $150 when you buy or sell a home with a Home Gain agent you find through their Find a Realtor program. Home Gain lets you compare realtors anonymously. It's easy. Go to homegain150.com to find and compare realtors anonymously. Enter promo code HOMEGAIN150 and receive up to $150 when you close a deal with a Home Gain agent. Share the Home Gain 150 promo code with your friends via Facebook, Twitter, text, and more. Look for Max, the Home Gain Gorilla, to find out more about how Home Gain is going to pay you. Visit HomeGain150.com today to enter your promo code and get paid for buying or selling a house. That's HomeGain150.com.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit eFoodsDirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's eFoodsDirect.com or 800-409-5633.
Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to gusset.com/America today. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back to Webster Griffin Tarpley and then your phone calls on this issue. Straight ahead, Max Kaiser will be joining us. We have not taken the special down yet, but it's going to be taken down here in the next few days. If you want to get 5+ months free at prisonplanet.tv, where all of my films are posted, where my expanded extras from the documentaries are posted, my book, Paul Watson's book, the higher quality commercial-free audio podcast, the video archives of this show, the live streams, video streams of this transmission, and your support of prisonplanet.tv also makes so much of what we do here possible. that special is ending in the next few days, just as soon as we get the specials pulled down. But I'm going to give that directive today, so it'll be down here in the next few days. If you want to get the 5 months free, take action on that front today. Continuing with the sponsors that have made this broadcast possible, one of them is eFoodsDirect.com. The UN said in 1996 in Beijing at the UN Food Summit that they would use food as a weapon. Dr. Henry Kissinger wrote about that in 73 in the State Department Memorandum 200. The point is, globalists want you dependent. They want you poor. And I believe in having high-quality storable foods and firearms so you can take care of yourself and your family. And the place to get the food is eFoodsDirect.com, or give them a call, 800-409-5633. They're running a winter special right now where you can get 20% off when you tell them Alex Jones sent you at 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. Also, there's another great special running at Diamond Gusset Jeans. You can get the free music CD and Made in America style T-shirts. They're made in America, but the shirts are about buying made in America. And you can go to gusset.com/America. It's made in America apparel, all of it. The fabric, the putting it together. It's a very extremely quality made. Gusset.com/America, GUSSET.com/America. Check them out. They got a lot of specials there on that page, gusset.com/America. Okay, continuing here. Webster, I'm really having trouble dealing with this because if you go back to last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I knew that WikiLeaks was connected to Tunisia. I knew that was a staged event. It was admitted by the West it was. But then I looked at Mubarak, this servant who did everything he was told, the torture centers, the black sites, Westerners being flown in to be tortured there, Israel worshiping him, Netanyahu saying what buddies they are, the people there revolting against him, seeing him as a U.S./Israel puppet, and then to do this to him, if they were unsuccessful, it just shows that there's no honor among these people, even amongst their own thieves and dictators. But then they came out and bragged that El Baradei was their man from the UN, and that they had engineered this, and they were actually proud of it. I mean, it does smack of desperate actions, and that is really scary to know that they're really trying to overthrow and destabilize Saudi Arabia. I mean, what does Jordan think of this? To now have the Muslim Brotherhood, openly run by the West, charging around, threatening people. I mean, are they trying to set off World War III here, Webster?
Well, I think it's a phase change of world history. If the destabilization of Egypt had succeeded, and I don't think it will at this point, this would have been the triumph of the empire, the crushing of the nation-state everywhere, starting with the Arab world, a huge world hysteria, the destruction of many, many nations, and the emergence of an overarching world empire in the form of the international.
Because they would trigger these rebellions everywhere and then roll in with their revolutionaries, and globalist flags would be hauled up in even more nations.
Right, and that's the issue. Now, I don't think this will happen now, at least not in that form. It's a huge defeat for the U.S. because they came out, and as Chavez and Gaddafi and Assad have all noted, they essentially were out there shooting the works for destabilization of Egypt. Right, it's a va-banque, right, a double or nothing play. Right, let's
a Hail Mary
the ranch on destabilization.
A Hail Mary.
Yeah, there you go. And I don't think it's working. It's running out of steam. They have no color. They have no slogan. They have no leader. They have no TV. They have no internet. The police and the army remain loyal.